I huddled in the sofa corner, spotlighted rabbit, muscles locked, expression probably uglier than crying. As Ethan passed me on his way back, he paused, eyes dripping grievance. Are you picking me? My pen creaked in my whitening knuckles. My turn, legs soft. I walked to the board feeling cliff edge with every step. Pen suspended. I hesitated 1 second, then wrote, Zane. Immediately a gaze stabbed my spine like a needle. I didn't turn. Out of the corner of my eye, Ethan's face stayed smooth, a faint smile even. But the eyes, those eyes dimmed, storm clouds swirling low. Choosing Zane was strategy. He keeps variety alive, rolls with jokes, won't feel awkward. Hard for audiences to roast. Wendy wanted fireworks, but Ethan's arrival rewrote the script. Zane equaled safety. He caught on instantly, thumped my shoulder. Nice call, Tessa. He scribbled my name, came back for a high five, easy, open, and the weirdness evaporated. I shot him a grateful glance, 3 kowtows in my heart to this variety veteran. Sliding into my seat, I spotted the seasoned producer in the corner giving me a silent thumbs up, mouthing, This is gold. My mouth twitched. Great. You're thrilled. I'm doomed. Next morning, production delivered 4 cups to the female room. A producer chirped from behind the camera. Rule is simple, guys, already picked drinks. Whoever matches your choice becomes your date today. Morgan laughed. Destiny decides, huh? Josie lifted a brow, muttering to Sophie. More like probability math. I studied the lineup. Orange juice, Ethan's religion. The guy gives interviews about starting each dawn with a glass. Whole milk, my private quirk. Nobody tracks an 18-tier has-beens diet. Cola quit years ago. Sugar equals zits. Still water safe, blank, 0 clues. Who picks first? The producer sang. Morgan stepped forward without pause, claiming the orange juice as though it were random. I took the water, Josie the cola, Sophie the milk. No idea who'd pick water, just please not Ethan. Pack up, the producer called. Vans are waiting. I trotted downstairs, light enough to hum around the bend. Then I pushed open the villa's front door. Sunlight hit. I squinted. 4 cars idled. 4 guys lounging. Zane leaned against one, hands in pockets, winking. Jay studied his phone over a hood. Profile sharp. Adrian chatted seriously with a staffer. Ethan stood by the leftmost car in a white linen shirt, morning light painting him pristine. Footsteps drummed behind me. Ellis! Morgan sprinted past, ponytail swinging, raising her orange juice like a trophy. Breathless, she stopped before him, voice honey crisp. Ellis, I got orange juice, looks like today we. Words died. Ethan lifted his own choice. A bottle of still water. Clear plastic. Generic label. Liquid sloshing in the sun. Nope, he said, tone flat as weather chat. I picked this. Morgan's smile withered. Her arm lowered, petal by petal, juice untouched. Okay, she rasped, sweetness gone. I stood petrified on the steps. Still water. Ethan, who tells magazines his fridge is 90% orange juice, who claims he can't function without it, had chosen water. My hand trembled around the identical bottle I held. Ethan's gaze slid past Morgan and locked on me. His lips curled up a fraction, not a smile, a verdict. Think you can run? His eyes said. My knees buckled. Not metaphorically, they literally turned to jelly, sour and shaking, ready to fold onto the flagstones outside the villa. He'd outmaneuvered my outmaneuver. Josie had somehow materialized behind me. She followed my stare, glanced at the still water in my hand, and let out a theatrical, oh. The syllables stretched forever, long enough to contain an entire crime series script. Tessa, she whispered, laughter barely caged. Everyone knows Ellis prefers orange juice. And you still pick still water. Buy a lottery ticket today. I couldn't speak, because Ethan had already opened the car door. He lifted his gaze across half the courtyard and tipped his head. I knew that tilt. Get in. I crushed the plastic bottle. It squeaked like a dying mouse. Can I still quit the show? The instant the door shut, I felt caged. Only Ethan and I occupied the back seat. A hired driver up front. The car rolled, scenery reversing. The Suncrest streets were narrow, plane trees lining both sides. Sunlight flickered through the leaves, stropping across his face. "Sleep well last night?" he asked, casual as weather chat. "Great." I stared out the window, voice leveled. "The villa bed's amazing." "Really?" A pause. I didn't bite. "I hate strange beds." He aimed the words at me. "Too quiet next to me." My fingers curled against my knees. Ordinary small talk, each sentence balanced on the edge of something reckless. "Ellis," I said, swiveling with a bright canned smile. "I figured you'd be used to hotel roulette by now." I bit the name hard, cameras rolling. "Watch yourself." He studied me 2 beats, smiled, and shut up. I exhaled for the first time since getting in. We stopped outside the pottery studio. I bolted from the car and gulped real air, free of his atmosphere. Damp clay smell hit me the second I stepped inside. I tied my apron hastily, settled at a wheel, and pretended anthropological fascination. With the gray blob in front of me, Ethan parked himself at the adjacent wheel. The instructor, a silver-haired man, worked in slow motion, wedge, center, open. "Patience," he intoned. "Steady hands, quiet heart, no rushing." I nodded like an A student. Time to try. I inhaled, palms against cool clay. The wheel spun. Mud slipped beneath my fingers, soothing, almost hypnotic. "Your center's off?" Ethan leaned in, voice brushing my ear, close enough for pine soap cologne to trigger muscle memory. My fingers jerked. The half-formed walls wobbled. "No worries, I'll fix it." No asking, his hand simply landed over mine, warm and sure, guiding me to true the wobble. The position caged me inside his arms, chest to my back, breath ticking my neck. Hot and steady. Brain blue screen of death. "Relax," he rumbled, cello low. "Follow my lead." My hands turned into chopsticks, useless and stiff. He didn't care. Slowly he drew our joined hands up, shaping a tall cup, unhurried, deliberate, like he was savoring the excuse to hold me. "Ellis," I hissed, camera aware. "They're filming." He answered, chin almost on my shoulder, blaze as discussing cloud cover. "Let them." Then the teacher whipped out a Polaroid. "Picture time, come on." I looked up too late. The shutter clicked. Back at the villa, it smelled like a florist had exploded. "Everyone in?" Zane bellowed from the lounge, brandishing a mystery juice like a trophy. "Show and tell time, who's first?" "We'll go." Josie dragged Adrian forward. Adrian cradled a glass vase of blush pink blooms. "Our," Josie announced. "He chose." I arranged. Only hitch, Adrian's allergic. 8 sneezes. "I thought he'd die on camera." Adrian rubbed his nose. "Must you?" "Yes, ratings gold." Josie deadpanned. Zane doubled over, inspecting the bouquet. "Nice taste, you two." "Obviously." Josie preened. "Short team up, high synergy." "Right, Adrian?" He nodded. Ears pink. They pinned their photo. Josie all teeth and sunlight, Adrian behind her. Shy grin impossible to hide. Prediction. Trending couple. "Next," Emery called. Sophie and Jay stepped up, each holding a perler bead fridge magnet. Sophie's, a tiny blue whale. Jace's, a black blob. "It's my cat," Jace stated. Crickets. "That's a cat?" Zane lost it. "Rowan," a producer warned. Sorry, but bro, it looks like a Zane." Josie barked. He zipped it, shoulders shaking. Jace half scowled, half blushed. "First try." Sophie patched it, or it'd be dust. Sophie gave a small, luminous smile. He labored 2 solid hours. Their pick went up. Sophie almost grinning. Jace holding his ink blot cat, proud and mortified. Passed barely. Zane ruled, then swung to me. "Tessa, your turn." Ethan appeared. Cradling our creation, 2 cups. Separate, they drank alone. Nested. They locked into one perfect unit. The instructor had cooed couple mugs. I'd wanted to plaster his smug face with clay. "Wow," Josie squealed, eyes saucer-wide. "You made those?" Ethan set them down under the pendant lights. Amber sky blue deepening to navy. Horizon trapped in porcelain. Reality check. Ethan did it all. My hands were puppet limbs. He provided talent, grip, and glaze. I was a warm prop. Tessa chose the color, Ethan offered, smooth as cream. She always nails palettes. Harmless sentence felt like a loaded compliment. They're gorgeous. Morgan gushed, sugar-spun voice. Ellis, you cook, you pot, what can't you do? Ethan sidestepped her, half an inch, but I caught the dodge. Zane lifted one mug to the light. Y'all dating or apprenticing? Bit of both, I laughed, eyes screaming at Ethan, hand over the Polaroid. Bury it, done. He produced the photo with magician timing. I took one look and nearly flatlined. Image. Ethan wrapped around me from behind, hands over mine. Me deer in headlights. Him tomcat who stole the salmon. Good shot, he judged. I cursed silently in 800 dialects, smile stapled to my face. One pair left. I chirped, waving at Morgan and Zane. Your rings? They swapped glances. Zane shrugged, dropping 2 silver bands on the table. Hand beaten. Hammer marks glinting. We forged rings, he said, casual. Josie's eyes detonated. Rings? As in rings. Morgan extended her left hand, the band on her 4th finger. Memorable, right? And Zane helped even though he kept bending them out of round. My technique was too advanced, Zane protested. You're a menace with a mallet, Josie decreed. Laughter detonated. The show rolled again. I breathed. Camera's office life was survivable. While everyone roasted Zane, I tiptoed to the corkboard to spear our Polaroid in the farthest, most obscured corner. My hand lifted. Morgan's voice floated behind me. Tessa, let me see that picture you guys took. She had somehow crept up behind me, her voice syrupy sweet. Nothing to see, I said, pinning the photo to the board. Just a normal cast photo.